Overwhelm and overthinking. Well, is this something that you have been stressed about? You're going to be saying, Kavita, who isn't? Right? Well, this is something which so many of you have been writing to me to talk about and also asked me during many of my sessions. So, today's topic is going to be just about that. In the 24 hours that we have, how many of us have so many thoughts running in our mind, which is this just from our past memories, some events that has happened. We keep running the same story over and over again, and or it is something we are afraid of that might happen in the future, which may not even happen. That is literally the fear of future. So in this 24 hours, there's not even one single hour where we are not stressed because of overthinking, and we become so overwhelmed and anxious, and we are unable to live in the present, right? If I were to ask you, if I were to ask about 10 of you, are you one of those who are overstressed because of this overthinking and overwhelm? Then there's going to be 9 of you who's going to say yes, right? I have created this power-packed video, which is not just going to talk about the causes of overwhelm and overthinking, but also give you simple solutions that have worked like magic for me in my life. Hi, I'm Kavita Manivanan, a life transformation expert and a confidence coach, having worked with thousands of people globally in this 11 years of my career. Welcome to our channel, Figure Outable. If there is even one tiny little thing that has helped you in your life from our channel, or it has helped your life become better in some tiny way, then that would give me so much of fulfillment and happiness that our intent and purpose has been served. And I would request you to share, subscribe, and like this video. And thanking you so much in advance. The first thing that is the main cause of this overthinking is past trauma. In every one of our lives, there will be some incident or incidents that have happened that keep resurfacing again and again in our lives. There is so much of our time that is filled with just thoughts of the same thing, of this thing that has happened so many years, months, whatever back. And we keep, actually this incident would have just happened once, but we keep living it over and over again, energizing it with so much of that pain and sorrow and reliving it. It would be the same story, it will have the same storyline, it would have the same characters, and it would be the very same past. Nothing about it would be different, but we would be playing it and replaying it again and again and again, and giving it so much of energy, all negative energy, which has actually become like iron chains which are tied to our feet and bind, not letting us move forward. We remain stuck in our past, and this is just not letting us to move forward in our lives, right? So many of us go through this painful experience, isn't it? These experiences which take away so much of our present moments. So one very simple way, which most of you will be even familiar with, are the release rituals. They are really effective. So one very simple technique is to take a sheet of paper and use a black ink pen to write out that past trauma that is troubling you. Go into every little detail and explain the kind of feelings and emotions that it's evoking from within you, and just pen it down. You write 2 pages, 3 pages, whatever, just go with the flow. The deeper you go, it will you will get more clarity and relief from it. And after you write out everything, just tear the paper into pieces and burn it, and take the ashes and just flush it off. After that, you can go wash your hands, wash your feet, and maybe even shower if you feel like it, and go and sleep peacefully. This one release ritual in itself works like magic. It has almost turned my life 180 degrees. This is one example of a release ritual. There are many such. You can just try this because it's so simple and easy, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. The second thing is, so many of us are afraid of our future. So what happens, this fear of future itself makes us become so filled with doubt and insecurities about how we are going to handle something which may or may not, mostly it doesn't even happen. Now, maybe you're moving into a new city, then there are fears about how you would go and settle in there, whether you would be able to adjust to the climate, to the people, the kind of food there, whatever. Or maybe if you're entering into a new marriage, whether you would go and how you would be able to adapt with the people there, with the atmosphere there, those kind of anxieties. The fear of moving into a new college, new city, new marriage, new job. So these are the kind of fears which keep troubling us. And for those of you who are aware of the chakras, we usually, it is believed that when the root chakra is weak, then these kind of people are more susceptible to feeling this kind of doubt and insecurity about their future. So this also leads to a lot of overthinking and analyzing. We keep on thinking about things which may not happen. They say it is a false experience appearing real. FEAR, fear. That's the expansion for this. So they say we keep fantasizing about something, so we keep analyzing about some things which may not even happen, and this actually triggers so much of anxiety within us. So one way to overcome this is to do grounding exercises, where you can feel more centered and balanced by starting to walk barefoot on the ground, or maybe on green grass, or on the beach in the sand, the ways by which you can connect to the earth. So this all helps you to become more centered and more grounded. You can also go and try the tree hugging exercise, where you can just go out and try and hug a tree and connect with the tree. The older the tree, the better, they say. These are all kind of activities which help to infuse energy within you, to become, you begin to feel more centered and grounded and balanced, and you start getting rid of such fears. When you do this, this also works like magic, I would say. The third reason is striving for perfectionism. Now, maybe you're one of those people who often, you rank above the top, say, first 5 rankers in the school or in the university, or maybe you're one of the top performers in your work environment. You would you'll always be aware of the fact that anyways you're going to be somewhere up there in the top 5 rankers in whatever it is that you're doing. So there will also parallelly be these thoughts which are running in your mind. What if I am not able to perform as well as I am normally do this time in the upcoming exams? Or what if I don't end up being one among the top 5? What will my parents think of me? What will my peers, my students, my neighbors, my relatives, how am I going to face all of them? These are the kind of thoughts that keep running in your mind, and this causes a lot of anxiety due to this overthinking. So how do you overcome these doubts and insecurities? Well, journaling or scribing is what has saved me so many times from this, because at one time I was one of these perfectionists, wanting everything to be perfect all the time. And how I overcame this is by this beautiful exercise. It completely turned over my life. That is by writing down what exactly it is that is troubling you, and write the exact opposite. Score this down and write the exact opposite on the right side, saying that you are exactly doing the way that you want it to be done. And this is how you kind of remove those insecurities about yourself and start building in. You start allowing yourself to believe that you will be able to do at your best. And the other thing that you can also do is to write out positive affirmations about yourself. Or either you can say it to yourself before going to bed, or maybe even record it in your own voice and listen to yourself, your own voice, before going to bed. So affirmations and journaling are two wonderful solutions to overcome these kind of insecurities and doubts created by perfectionism. The fourth thing is to declutter. Whenever we are surrounded by a lot of clutter around us, that also leads to a lot of overthinking and overwhelm. This is because there is so much around us. We are actually weighed down and bogged down by decision making fatigue itself. I'll explain this. Now, we have clutter in our physical space, our emotional space, and in our digital space. So it is ideal to clear the clutter around us so that the decision making becomes much more easier for us when we have lesser things around us to choose from. Firstly, the physical space. Now, those of you who believe in the divine energy, we believe that usually in the north and the northeast area of your home is where the divine energies are reside. So what we say is clear all the clutter in these areas, in these spaces, and remove, maybe don't accumulate things like old magazines and newspapers. People have loads of these stacked up sometimes. So clear all these things from around you, and also remove if there are unused, anything that is lying unused in your home space or your office environment, then get rid of it and declutter. That itself gives you so much of space to bring in the right kind of energies around you. Open out the curtains early in the morning, open out the windows and let in fresh air and let in sunlight into your house. That really increases the aura and brings in immense healing energy into your home or to your office. So these are the ways by which we can actually clear out the physical clutter around us. And emotional clutter, I have spoken about in so many of my videos. If there is somebody or many people who are draining your energy, then remove or reduce the amount of time that you spend with such kind of people. And digital space, well, you will see there is some of you who will be having so much of clutter even on your desktop, laptop, whatever it is that you're using, so much of unused applications and things in your mobile. Remove all of that, just keep your essentials. So these are all the ways by which decluttering itself will reduce so much of overwhelm and overthinking in us. The fifth one is unresolved issues. Now, every one of us will have some little unresolved issue lurking in the back of our mind that will keep coming again and again to our mind and reminding us of it. Though we would really not want to think of it, but then it keeps surfacing again and again. And that also disturbs us so much, isn't it? None of us have a clean slate. We all have that small little something lurking somewhere in the back of our mind, which becomes such a constant nag sometimes. So, it's said that in an average, a normal human being has about 60 to 70,000 thoughts in every day. Can you imagine? And how will the mind be quiet? The mind is filled with so much of noise. So the solution here is to quieten the mind. And how do we do that? What else but meditation? Initially, I found it so difficult to meditate because in my head, and that too being a woman, I used to be working at jet speed. This also, that also, that also, and that also. So many things simultaneously running in my head that I would find it so difficult to just sit quietly and kind of calm down my mind. I used to think it is you have to sit with just putting all your thoughts into focus on one single-minded focus, not think of anything and all of that. It was so difficult. But gradually I learned by practicing small meditations initially. Over time, I've been able to see the beautiful calming effect that has helped me. It's brought in so much of self-awareness, so much of an ability to stay in the present, experience the present. And there's no going back now. There's not a single day that passes in my life without my morning meditation rituals. To begin with, I would say you just don't have to sit and close your eyes and focus and all that. Even if you just sit somewhere and watch the horizon or watch a little baby sleeping, that can be so meditative. Some of you ask me if listening to music is okay. I would say it's okay to begin with because at least it's bringing your mind to some single-mindedness instead of wandering all over. So it's okay for a start. The final thing is moon energy. For those of you who believe in the healing power of nature's energy, I would suggest try this. Take a bottle of drinking water and sit under the moonlight and just meditate. Thank the moon and say, I am calm, I am peaceful. I have so much of focus and clarity in my thought and my actions. And just sit and meditate, giving in all that energy into the water. And every day on waking up in the morning, thank the moon and say, thank you for giving me so much of peace. Thank you for giving me clarity of thought and action. Thank you for giving me so much of good intuitive power in my life. So these are the 6 problem areas and also the solutions that I've used that have really transformed my life and helped me to overcome this overthinking and overwhelm which used to happen in my life. It's not as if we can surgically remove all this overthinking that keeps happening to us, because thoughts keep coming to us every day, day in and day out. And it is like constant action. We have to keep working on ourselves. Just like food and water, what we give to our body, we have to keep doing these rituals and exercises day in and day out. And you know what? The best part is, if we keep practicing this regularly over and over again, what happens is we start becoming so much empowered from within that we start vibrating at such high frequencies so much of the time. And finally we reach a stage, I shouldn't use the word finally, but we just end up at a stage where even a small wish from us ends up as becoming a command to the universe, because we are vibrating at such high energy frequencies most of the time when we keep doing these grounding and balancing rituals and exercises in our lives. I just can't wait to hear what are those 1, 2 or 3 things that you're going to be practicing in your life. And also I want you to comment and let me know what other topic that you would like for me to talk about. Thank you so much for tuning in and signing off with loads of love. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.